positioning is key. You'll want to make sure you're angled properly to avoid any mess or drippage. If possible, recline the driver's seat slightly for a little more room to maneuver. Now, depending on your car and the traffic situation, you might have more luck by sliding over to the passenger side or back seat if it's clear and spacious enough. That way, you're a bit more concealed from the surrounding traffic in busy city gridlocks or highways where visibility is high. Privacy becomes a concern. Now that brings us to the next point: how to ensure you remain discreet while relieving yourself. While women face more significant challenges when it comes to privacy, which we'll get into later, men still need to be mindful of their surroundings. Not every traffic jam provides the luxury of solitude, and in some cases, other drivers or pedestrians might have a clear view of your vehicle. Now, if you don't have a jacket, blanket, or towel to cover yourself with, there's another option to consider. Taking off your shirt, obviously if you're a man, and draping it over your lap or around your waist. Now, this creates a makeshift cover that allows for a bit more discretion. If you're alone in the car, the shirt trick can offer just enough privacy to relieve yourself without attracting unwanted attention. Once you're done, simply toss your shirt back on and no one's the wiser. Now, let's talk about probably the most preferable option, which would be portable urinals, which are designed for exactly this kind of emergency. Many men find it convenient to keep a portable urinal in the car for long trips or long commutes. These products are specifically created to be spill-proof, with absorbent materials inside that turn liquid into a gel, reducing any chance of leakage or any unpleasant odors. They're also reusable and easy to store in the glove compartment or under a seat, which makes them ideal for frequent travelers or people who experience long drives regularly. For men, portable urinals are arguably the easiest and most practical solution, offering both convenience and discretion. There are even compact models that can be used in tight spaces, like the driver's seat of a small car, without too much fuss. Now, women, on the other hand, face a more complex situation. While men's anatomy lends itself to using containers like bottles or portable urinals with relative ease, women need to be more strategic due to the angle and logistics of urinating while seated. Simply using a bottle the same way men do is often not an option for women, and attempting to do so can lead to spills and frustration. But there are solutions tailored specifically for women in these situations. Female urination devices, also known as pee funnels, allow women to relieve themselves in a more controlled manner, even in a seated position. These devices are made of silicone or plastic and are designed to redirect the flow, enabling women to urinate standing up or from a more practical angle when sitting in a car. With a pee funnel, a woman can use a bottle or portable urinal much like a man would. Pee funnels are lightweight, easy to store, and hygienic if cleaned properly after each use. Many women keep one in their glove compartment or bag for emergencies, and it's a good idea to practice using it ahead of time so that it feels comfortable in a high-pressure situation like a traffic jam. One of the biggest challenges women face when needing to relieve themselves in traffic is privacy. Unlike men, women typically need to take off more clothing, which stuck in a confined space with other drivers potentially watching you. In situations like this, again, draping a jacket, a towel, or a blanket, draping those over you can be essential for maintaining modesty. Draping just something over your lap or using the back seat for added privacy can make all the difference in feeling comfortable enough to relieve yourself. If you're driving with tinted windows, you might have a bit more cover, but in situations where there's a lot of visibility, thinking ahead and preparing with a cover is key. For both men and women, absorbent pads or adult diapers are another option that can alleviate the stress of needing to go while stuck in traffic. While it might seem like a drastic solution, these products are designed for exactly this type of situation. When there's no bathroom nearby and no time to find one. Adult diapers or absorbent pads can be worn discreetly under clothing, and they're particularly useful for long road trips where bathroom breaks might not be frequent. This option can also be a lifesaver for people who suffer from medical conditions such as incontinence or overactive bladder, where waiting simply isn't an option for them. While this may sound extreme to some, many long-distance truck drivers, athletes, and even pilots use absorbent products when bathroom access is unpredictable. The convenience and peace of mind it provides can far outweigh any initial hesitation about using them. Now, there are, of course, some situations where you might be able to leave your car and find a more discreet location to relieve yourself. For men, this can sometimes mean stepping out of the car and finding a patch of grass or the situation might feel awkward, it's something many people experience. With the right mindset, tools, and a bit of preparation, you can relieve yourself discreetly and safely